Hey everybody, I've got kind of an interesting video today. I'm going to kind of be using this space here in these cups to show you how to do this bioaccumulation lab. So I have 3 cups. One cup that right now I have only filled with black beans. I have 50 black beans in there. I know it might look like there's some white beans, but that's just the part of the bean itself. I have 50 black beans in here. This is my organism. The 50 black beans represent sort of the energy and stuff inside of the creature. You can think of it as energy. I have an empty cup. You can think of this as the poop cup. So anytime the organism has to expel waste, I'm just going to keep it in here for reference. And this cup that's got a mix of black and white beans is the ocean. So what is that? What's the difference here? So the black beans represent energy, just like that are in our creature. So when the creature eats, it wants energy. It's going to eat other living creatures, smaller ones, and it will gain their energy, just like we go up the energy pyramid, okay, in a food chain or a food web. Each creature on the next highest level gets their energy from the lower and lower level. So let's just say this is a fish, and maybe it eats things like zooplankton or phytoplankton. Well, what are the white beans then? The white beans represent something like a persistent or organic pollutant. Maybe something like mercury, maybe something like DDT, some sort of chemical that's found in very, very, very small concentrations in the water. But we're going to see bioaccumulates as we go up the food chain. Okay, so maybe each of these little zooplankton that are white have 1 unit of pollution in them. So all things considered, we have a pretty decent mix in here. There's mostly black beans, but there's a fair number of white beans. That's because a lot of these little zooplankton have eaten whatever the pollutant is. Okay, so here's how we do this lab. Every, let's just call it year, that this fish lives, it's going to eat 10 units of energy from the ocean. Okay, so every time it feeds, it's going to eat 10. And then to grow and to expel waste, it's going to lose 10. So you can think of it as pooping it out, or it's lost as heat, or lost through growth. The only thing is, the white beans, those pollutants, they don't get pooped out. That's why they're bad. They're persistent, which means they stay. So those white beans are going to stay in this creature. So it can only lose black beans. So that's what we're going to see. And that's why these things bioaccumulate or stick inside living things. So I'll go through a couple rounds and show you these and show you numbers. Let's just go right ahead. So here I have my creature. Here I have the ocean. He's going to feed. I'm going to pick out randomly. I'm not looking. My head's not even on the screen. I'm going to pick out 10 beans. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Trying to get it so you guys can see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so hopefully you can see all those beans. I've got 3 white beans and 7 black beans. So that means I'll have, if I put these in, I'll have 60 beans. 57 will be black and 3 will be white. But as soon as I feed my little creature here, it's going to need to expel waste, and I'm going to always expel 10. So I'm going to remove 10 black beans from here. Remember, they can't get rid of the white pollutants. That's the problem with them. That's why they bioaccumulate, because the creature, a fish, a bald eagle, they can't get rid of them. They can't just get them out of their bodies. They stay in there. So right now I'm removing 10 black beans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here they are. That was my poop cup that I have off screen here. So I'm back to 50 beans in this cup in my creature. 47 are black and 3 are white. So that means percentage-wise, I'd have 6% pollution in here. Doesn't seem like that much. Let's keep going. Let's see what happens. I'm going to do another round of feeding. I'm going to take 10 more randomly out of here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Too many. 9 and 10. So in this round, I've got 2 white beans and 8 black beans. So they're going to go into my organism. This is what he or she or it ate. So now I have a total of 5 white beans in here. And remember, I have to expel my waste, so I'm going to get rid of 10 black beans. Can't get rid of the white beans. They're stuck in my body. They're things that my body cannot get rid of and I can't use. That's why they're toxins. So I'm going to remove 10 black beans and put them in the, we can call it poop cup. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I'm up to 50 beans in my cup here, but now I've got 5 white beans, which means I'm at 10% polluted. How did you get those numbers? What a great question. Well, if my total is 50, like that's all that's in me is 50, and 5 are polluted, you just do 5 divided by 50. Or if you like to do other tricky math, well, I know 50 times 2 is 100, and I'm looking out of 100%, so 5 times 2 is 10, so it must be 10%. So 5 divided by 50 will give you 0.1, 10%. Those are just different math things. So let's do another round of feeding. In class, we would do this for 5 rounds, and then we would see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is hardly a bean, so I'm just going to replace it with a real bean. Uh-oh. That time I got 6 black beans and 4 white beans. So now I've got 4 more white beans in here. And then remember, it's going to expel 10, so I've got 6 here. And I'll get rid of 4 more to go and be expelled as my waste. So I just added 4. So now I have 9 white beans in here. You can start to see, like, you can really see the white beans in there. So 9 out of 50, that's 18%. I had to do math really quick, and it wasn't not happening for me. So you can see how this builds up quickly, even if there's, like, you know, relatively small amount. Like, I mean, you can see them in there. This can build up very, very quickly in a living creature. For example, if we say that, just to try to make sure everything's clear for you, here we have a small living creature. It's like a plankton, you know, like plankton from SpongeBob. It's about the same size. No, plankton's very, like, microscopic, but, you know, in SpongeBob world, he's about the same size. So here's a plankton. He doesn't have any pollutant in him. Here's neighbor plankton, and he does have a pollutant in him. That's why he's white. He only has 1. His whole body can only hold 1. This has none. Well, our large creature already has 9. Scientists do studies to see things like how much pollution can an animal actually tolerate before it will die, which is a little scary, but it's something that we need to know since these toxins are in our oceans and our lakes and our rivers. So that's going to be my example for you guys today of this. So what do we have in here then? So each round we got more and more. If you did this for 5 rounds, maybe the next round you get 3 white, maybe you get 6 white. So that's what we're looking at. And by the end, you would see that the white are starting to be much more present and prevalent in our organism than they were before, where we had no black bean or no white beans at all. So the idea is to show that these toxins accumulate or build up in creatures, especially higher up on the food chain. So I hope that was a helpful demonstration to you, and I will see you. Bye.